Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a personal finance book written by Robert Kiyosaki, which was first published in 1997. The book compares and contrasts Kiyosaki's upbringing with two different father figures, his own biological father, who he refers to as his poor dad, and his best friend's father, who he calls his rich dad. Through their differing financial advice and philosophies, Kiyosaki learns valuable lessons about money, wealth, and investing. Kiyosaki's poor dad was a highly educated government official who believed in the traditional path of getting a good education and a secure job to achieve financial success. His rich dad, on the other hand, was an entrepreneur who encouraged Kiyosaki to focus on building assets that generate passive income, such as real estate and stocks, rather than simply relying on a job to earn income. One of the key lessons in the book is the importance of financial education. Kiyosaki argues that traditional education systems do not teach the necessary financial skills to succeed in the real world, and that individuals must take it upon themselves to learn about money and investing. He also emphasizes the importance of understanding financial statements, taxes, and other key financial concepts. Throughout the book, Kiyosaki shares stories and examples from his own life to illustrate his points. He also includes practical advice and action steps for readers to take in order to start building their own wealth and achieving financial independence. Overall, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a powerful and inspiring book that challenges conventional thinking about money and encourages readers to take control of their financial futures. It has become a classic in the personal finance genre and is recommended reading for anyone interested in building wealth and achieving financial freedom. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is titled Rich Dad, Poor Dad and introduces the two father figures that serve as the foundation for the book. The author, Robert Kiyosaki, grew up with two father figures, his biological father, who he refers to as his poor dad, and his best friend's father, who he calls his rich dad. Kiyosaki uses the chapter to contrast the different philosophies and financial advice of his two fathers. His poor dad was highly educated, had a good job, and believed in the traditional path of getting a good education and working for a steady paycheck. His rich dad, on the other hand, was an entrepreneur and investor who believed in building assets that generate passive income and creating financial freedom. Through his experiences with both fathers, Kiyosaki learned valuable lessons about money, wealth, and financial independence. He explains that his rich dad encouraged him to think differently about money, to focus on creating assets, and to constantly strive to learn and improve his financial knowledge. The chapter serves as an introduction to the book's central themes of financial education, investing, and entrepreneurship. By contrasting the different philosophies and advice of his two fathers, Kiyosaki sets the stage for the rest of the book's exploration of these concepts. Chapter 2. Chapter 2 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is titled The Rich Don't Work for Money. In this chapter, Kiyosaki argues that the wealthy focus on building assets that generate passive income, rather than simply working a job to earn money. Kiyosaki explains that the traditional approach to money is to work hard, save money, and invest in a retirement account. However, he contends that this approach is flawed because it does not provide financial freedom or security. Instead, Kiyosaki advocates for building assets that generate passive income, such as real estate or a business, which can provide a steady stream of income and create wealth over time. Kiyosaki also discusses the concept of financial intelligence, which involves understanding how money works and making smart financial decisions. He encourages readers to develop their financial intelligence by reading books, attending seminars, and seeking out mentors who can provide guidance. The chapter concludes with a discussion of fear and how it can prevent people from achieving financial success. Kiyosaki urges readers to confront their fears and take risks in order to build wealth and achieve financial freedom. Overall, Chapter 2 serves as a call to action for readers to think differently about money and to focus on building assets that generate passive income, rather than simply working for a paycheck. Chapter 3. Chapter 3 of Rich Dad Poor Dad is titled Why Teach Financial Literacy? In this chapter, Kiyosaki discusses the importance of financial education and the lack of financial literacy in traditional education systems. Kiyosaki argues that traditional education systems are focused on teaching people how to work for money, rather than how to manage and grow their own money. He contends that this lack of financial education is one of the primary reasons why people struggle with money and fail to achieve financial independence. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the importance of taking control of one's own financial education. He encourages readers to seek out financial education opportunities on their own, such as reading books, attending seminars, and seeking out mentors. The chapter concludes with a discussion of the importance of taking action and putting one's financial knowledge into practice. Kiyosaki notes that knowledge alone is not enough to achieve financial success, and that action is necessary to turn that knowledge into wealth. Overall, Chapter 3 serves as a call to action for readers to take control of their own financial education and to recognize the importance of financial literacy in achieving financial independence. Chapter 4. Chapter 4 of Rich Dad Poor Dad is titled Accounting. In this chapter, Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of understanding accounting principles and financial statements in order to build wealth and achieve financial independence. Kiyosaki explains that accounting is the language of business and investing, and that understanding financial statements is essential for making smart financial decisions. He breaks down the basic elements of financial statements, including the balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement, and explains how to interpret them to gain insights into a business or investment opportunity. Kiyosaki also discusses the concept of cash flow, which he defines as the movement of money in and out of an asset or business. He emphasizes that cash flow is a crucial factor to consider when evaluating an investment opportunity, and that positive cash flow is essential for building wealth and achieving financial independence. The chapter concludes with a discussion of the importance of financial education and the role that accounting principles and financial statements play in that education. Kiyosaki encourages readers to seek out financial education opportunities in order to develop their financial intelligence and improve their ability to make smart financial decisions. Overall, Chapter 4 serves as a primer on accounting principles and financial statements, and emphasizes the importance of understanding these concepts in order to build wealth and achieve financial independence. Chapter 5. Chapter 5 of Rich Dad Poor Dad is titled The History of Taxes and the Power of Corporations. In this chapter, Kiyosaki delves into the history of taxes and the power of corporations, and how they relate to personal finance and investing. Kiyosaki explains that taxes have been used throughout history as a means of controlling and manipulating the population. He argues that the wealthy and powerful have always had ways to avoid paying taxes, such as through the use of legal loopholes and corporate structures. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the power of corporations in modern society, and how they have become a dominant force in the global economy. He explains that corporations offer many advantages, such as limited liability and the ability to raise capital, which can make them a powerful tool for building wealth and achieving financial independence. However, Kiyosaki also notes that corporations can be complex and difficult to understand, particularly when it comes to tax and legal considerations. He encourages readers to seek out financial education opportunities to better understand the power of corporations and how to use them effectively in their personal finances and investments. The chapter concludes with a discussion of the importance of taking action and using the power of corporations to build wealth and achieve financial independence. Kiyosaki encourages readers to think creatively and take advantage of the opportunities presented by corporations to build assets and generate passive income. Overall, Chapter 5 serves as an exploration of the history of taxes and the power of corporations, and how they relate to personal finance and investing. It emphasizes the importance of understanding these concepts in order to build wealth and achieve financial independence. That's all for Part 1. We'll see the balance in Part 2.